There were strong sources that said Harden's contract was pretty much done last week, and he's going to take a 1-year deal in the low mid-30s with the second year as a player option. So it's a two-part question here. Now that it's official, what do you think about Harden's supposed deal for the 2 years? And are you worried that it has not been announced yet? So there's two questions there for you guys.
Worried that it's not been announced? No, I'm not worried. I just think that, there are times when you may come to an agreement and maybe a few things that need to be worked out, or maybe some other things need to be addressed before you officially sign. So I could see as maybe one of those things. As far as him signing the deal, I mean, I think he signed a deal that he's comfortable with and that helped the team. So that didn't surprise me. I think that he understands that he's probably in the position right now that, he can get a deal, but to get a deal and still win and get a deal that, he really got to perform to increase it. But I do think that, he's in a good position to, stay at the level that he's in.
Teja, what were your thoughts on the other deal?
Based on the reports, so a $15 million pay cut, which would bring him around $32 million with the player option for the second year. So it's a pay cut to allow Philly to sign some good players, make some upgrades to the roster, sort of a prove it deal for him as well. If he kills it next year, I could see Philly going ahead and giving him like a 3-year extension for good money, which he would, deserve at that point, right? If he looks like shit, then, I guess he'll just opt into that 1-year player deal and play in the mid-30s. And if that does happen, Tobias will expire the next year. And this is all before we even have to extend Maxey. So it could be great planning just on Norrie's part. If Harden looks great, then he's worth it. If he doesn't look as good or the Harden we've seen as who he is, then we get to get out of about $80 million, $70-something million of contract between him and Harris. I'm not worried it hasn't been announced yet. I'd say I'm more curious. Maybe they're working on some incentives. Many believe it's just because he might take maybe a bigger cut, see who they can maybe get in the trade to base it on his numbers to see if he could sign what he signs for to make the trade happen. There's a lot of speculation right now, but I think it'll get announced soon. But it all sounds really positive.
Yeah, the one that I heard last week was the potentially Eric Gordon, trying to make room for Eric Gordon because that's one of his boys, to bring him on as well. But apparently Houston actually got a lot of offers for Eric Gordon, and they're turning down a lot of people's offers. So maybe it's not that easy to get Eric Gordon.
That'd have to be a big pay cut. I heard he didn't take around a $20 million pay cut for that. So I don't know if he's going to sign for the 20s, but
yeah,
who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, like you said, it's all speculation at this point. But when it does get announced, I'll be sure everyone, because there's a lot of Sixers fans who are worried that there's been a kind of snag in the whole thing, which I don't think that's the case at all.
Not if he's at the gym practicing with Cassell and Maxey. It's like that shows you how he's in. I mean, like whether he's signed a dotted line yet, that's just maybe formality at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that video with Cassell was great. He was working on the mid-rangers. He must be watching our show.
Yeah, he was. That was a mid-range skill, like practice. That was great.
Good.
Yeah, if he locks out that mid-ranger, I mean, we talked about on the show. I mean, that his game's set with our squad.
Yeah,
it unlocks a whole other part of his game. It's crazy to say that about Harden.
It's going to be there. I mean, teams, especially in the playoff, like I've said before, a lot of teams in the playoffs they go to that shot. They hit it consistently. So if that's something he goes to, and I know that he can do it, I think he'll benefit, and the team will too.
It's like a midi step back.
No.
Drive, little step back.
I don't know if you need all the stepping back, but
that's his comfort zone. Even when he has an open catch and shoot, he still does a step.
You don't need you may need a little fade here and there, but you need to do a step back on the mid range, just past.
He loves that step though. I think that's like a part of his mechanic now at this point.
I have one question on that because everyone was loving Cassell's coaching on that, and I think Cassell, if anything, God forbid anything happens with Doc Rivers next year, if we do get rid of him, if we have a early playoff exit. I hope Cassell is in consideration for the job. But is that normal for assistant coaches to be with players like during the off season like that, like doing stuff like that? Is that normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they don't spend the whole summer with them. I mean, they were probably all at maybe say for summer league practices. So they come and watch and then they work out. But some of the coaches usually go to wherever the players are and spend some time with them. So that's normal. I mean, I don't know how much time they actually spend with them, not like all summer, but they do go and work out with them. That's very common.
Yeah.
Probably even more common now than it was when I played. But probably the end of my career is when teams started really going to the player. It was kind of the player coming to the city. When I played, if you were away for the summer, you would probably come back here and there to meet up with some coaches, and it was really to see if you were in shape. But now it's kind of the reverse. They kind of go to the player more so than the player coming, because a lot of those players don't live in where they play.
Yeah,
I think I did read that he's been spending a lot of time with Cassell, part of his workout regimen, kind of Harden, that is.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. That's a perfect guy to work with. Okay, so
talk about mid-range.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, come on. He's like, dude, it's there. If anyone can see it, it's because I was like, dude, it's there. It's there. I see it. I'd feast in that.